What's up, everyone? Comedy 101 here, DJ Asaburn. Welcome to Dark Rainbow, and I'm going to do something I haven't done for. Actually, I don't think I ever reviewed these until now, not even on my old channel. Since, they always say, oh, Halloween's around the corner, we're going to review Halloween stuff. Well, you know what? In this channel, in my world, Halloween is every day. So, in case you're looking for something new, spooky movie, cheesy movies, whatever, I'm going to introduce you to my VHS collection. Yes, I do collect VHS. So yeah, if you're watching, dude, thank you for helping me out. So if you're looking for some movies, something new, you've never seen before, but they're old, let me show you what I got. And this is part one, because I don't want to make my videos too long, so let me show you what I got. Alright, if you haven't already seen it, this is the original Tales from the Crypt, first movie ever came out, ever. This has had to be one of my favorite ones. There's another one called Bellow, was it? Something, Bellow Blood. It's alright. It's kind of cheesy, but it was alright. It's a vampire one. But this one has to do with the devil, looking for the key that has Jesus' blood in it. And it's like really, really messed up. And that's the devil himself who plays the mummy. Fantastic actor. I'm not gonna lie, he is a good actor and he did a great job in this movie. There's other good actors in there as well. But if you haven't seen Demon's Night, the Tales from the Crypt first movie, you gotta check it out. And of course, you gotta show it off, man. You gotta show it off. Demon's Night. Look at that. I think I might have to move you out of the way, my friend. You're just blocking everything. So yes, Demon's Night is one of the top favorite. I saw that in theater and I was mind blown. I was like, holy crap. Of course, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen this. If you haven't, you gotta see the original screen. Now, they're getting a little bit out of hand. It's still fun to watch, to see how they're gonna get killed and all that. But now we have a girl who plays Wendy, and she's gonna be the new one. And for me, I love Scream. I love anything that had to do with Scream, but I had to say 1, 2 is my top favorite Scream movie. Yes, that's Drew Barrymore right there, about to get killed. And again, if you haven't seen all the horror movies of Scream, you may want to start from the beginning, because I noticed a lot of people go looking at this movie from the new and blah blah, and like, oh, I don't need to see the original. No, you got to see the original. This is the best one, and then there's a 2, and of course, so on and so on. 3 was kind of goofy, but I recommend Scream right here. This is what you need to watch. This is classic. This is best written, because Wes Craven was still alive, making good stuff. Still one of my favorites ever, which I was kind of thought it was funny because I got Monica from Friends, and then you got Ned Campbell from what was a Party of Five. It's like the Pretty Boy Dreams TV show, I guess you'd say. But part 1 lives forever in my head, and this is always going to be my favorite. And of course, I show it the inside. Scream. So hopefully you guys can put this down on your list. Put this over here. I'm just going to show you. Now, those of you who probably recognize this. This is not the original copy of the cover or whatever. Bela Lugosi as the main character of White Zombie. And a lot of you are probably like, wait, isn't that Rob Zombie named first band? And yes, pretty sure he named it after this. But Bela Lugosi is probably one of the craziest actors out there, who played the original Dracula. Of course, he plays other roles, so give him some credit for the other movies. If you don't know anything about him, look him up. But this is, I can't remember who gave this name. I think it's Arthur. Yes, I think he gave it to me, my friend. But this is old movie. I think I want to say he did this before he did Dracula. I could be wrong. Supernatural. So if you like Supernatural movie, this is for you right here. It was released in 1932, not rated. But yes, White Zombie was a creepy love story. I call it a love story, some people don't. And of course, got that. So check out White Zombie if you love those old horror black and white movies. Everyone's favorite. This is not the original cover, like, because it has this on top. The 20th Century Fox selection. Now, if you're into horror movies and comedy, Young Frankenstein is the thing to watch. It is hilarious. Mel Brooks always, I love Mel Brooks. A lot of people crap all over him, but I love Mel Brooks. He does a good job, like Men in Tights and all that. And this is one of his oldest one. This is actually in black and white. If you haven't figured it out, if you guys ever watched a show called Everyone Loves Raymond, do you remember Grandpa? That's him. He plays the monster. And you can see thrift store hunting is the best way to do this. But again, comedy and horror. And there's always some good action in there. Let me show you this. Oh, Frankenstein. Or Frankenstein. If you haven't already seen that part. Alright, hang on. Alright, so I am one of those fools who love movies that has different covers. Here is the original on VHS, Army of Darkness. It's like a part 3 to Evil Dead. If you haven't seen Evil Dead 2, because it's a remake of a remake of a remake. This one was a completely twisted hit, and it's, to me, it also has comedy in it. And if you, like I said, if you like comedy and horror, Ash is your man. Going back in the medieval times, trying to save the princess. And of course, here's the back. And of course, it has some cool stuff in it. And like I said, you just got to see this movie. This movie, like I said, I am a big fan of Army of Darkness and Evil Dead. Pretty much anything that's Sam Raimi and anything with ashes in it, I am Bruce, you know. I am all aboard on it. So this is a yes, must have and must, you know, watch. You got to watch Army of Darkness. Oh, look at that. And again, like I said, I like to get covers. I found this at the HorrorCon here in Colorado. Bruce Campbell, Army of Darkness, completely different cover. Digital THX. I don't know if they still do that anymore, but trapped and surrounded by evil and low on gas. It's, like I said, if you haven't seen Evil Dead 2, check it out. But yeah, it's a little water damage here and there, but it's still worth having. But again, I love collecting things that have the same cover. And look at that. Army of Darkness. And the one and only Aliens. Or Alien. Instead of Aliens, it's Alien because there's like one alien. I guess there's a new show coming out with it. I'm kind of worried how they're going to do this. And as you can see, the Ark thrift store, 99 cents. They kind of put a little tricky on me because they were a whole bunch of VHS inside of a yellow buggy. And they're like, I'm like, is this for free? And they said, yeah, all those VHS is for free. And when they realized I've been buying or taking a whole bunch of them, they were like, well, people actually want to buy the VHS. So they kind of put prices on them now. Tricked me. But Alien this side, rated R. This is a sci-fi horror. So a lot of you who are into sci-fi horror, who I don't know why, but if you have never seen Alien, where you been? So check it out. This is Alien, not Aliens, just Alien. This is the original. And if the cat got a hold of them, it will be the end of the short story movie. And of course, everyone knows this one. Beetlejuice. Gotta love Beetlejuice. Yeah, I mean, Beetlejuice 2 was actually quite cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I want to get that for my collection. But yeah, Beetlejuice. And it's a little damage here and there. They taped it up, all that. But hey, it's still good. Well, damage on the top part. But check out Beetlejuice 1. Tim Burns collection, I guess you say. He didn't, from what I got, he didn't write it. He just directed it. It was actually an original story to something else. But it wasn't called Beetlejuice. It was actually originally called Beetle Guide. Well, that's how they spell it. But they had to change the word because they want to confuse the viewers and the fans. And weird part is it's supposed to be two Beetlejuice, but it just put them together. I guess save room or something. I don't know. And as you can see, the thing came off, but there is that on the corner. Yeah, so you can see this was a rental. Then you put numbers like that so they could find it and look it up on their computer. So this is from a rental place. Alright, here's another one. John Carpenter, Christine. Oh my god, if you guys know John Carpenter of, Halloween and all that, it's a car that comes to life and it will screw you up. And if you haven't noticed, it has the original horror sticker. Look at that. See, this is how you know, again, if it's from a rental company. Hometown Video, there's a phone number. There's a number so they can look it up on their computer, see if they still have it for rent. Stuff like that. But a car that comes alive and pretty much screws you up. Christine, the cinnamon girl. Yeah, look at that. Be kind. Please rewind. They charge you like $0.25 to $1. Horror movie. Sticker still on there. I mean, who misses renting movies? Because I know. Creep Show. The original Creep Show. Yes, they brought it back. Yes, there's a TV show on it. Saw a few of it. It wasn't so bad. But this one is the original Creep Show with special guests. Like a lot of good actors and actresses in this one. Part 2 was good. Part 3, I guess Part 3 would have sucked because I don't remember it, but I still want for a collection. Look at the artwork on that. Look how creepy. I remember seeing that picture when I was a little kid. Poster on the wall when I was going to rent a movie, and I was so hooked on it. I was like, that is just amazing. Creeped me out, but I love it. Mastermind Terror and blah 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 with Stephen King and George Romero. Yeah, where's my cake? Don't forget about Fluffy though. Fluffy's a really cute little monster from the basement that lives underneath your stairs. So Creep Show is, make sure you put down the original Creep Show movie. You're gonna love this one, I promise you. Look at Creep Show right there on VHS. Warner Brothers. Be careful with Warner Brothers, but again, it's like short stories when it comes to Creep Show. So, you know how they do, like Family Guy. You get one story, not Family Guy. It was Robot Chicken. I'm thinking like something like that. To get one story in, go to another story. I think there was like 4 different stories. I could be wrong, but 4 different stories on Creep Show. Very, very good. I don't have a cover for this, but we got Brain Scan. Brain Scan is one of my ultimate favorite. Look at Blockbuster. Now, Brain Scan is one of my favorite ones, okay? Check this out. It has John Connor. The kid who plays in Terminator 2? I forgot his real name. But it's John Connor and his buddy who are horror fans. And they like play horror movies and everything about horror. And they order this one disc where you actually put in your little drive and sit down and you watch it and you gotta play it. But it brainwashes you into your brain, making you feel like you're in the game. Now the best thing about that is the fact that it's a murder game, so he's going around murdering people, but there's a little voice in his head telling him what to do, and you had to beat the time, you got to beat make sure there's no evidence and stuff like that. I know some people are like, oh my god, but Brain Scan is amazing because he comes back with 4 discs and a lot of bad stuff is happening. Christopher Lee's in it, and it has a good soundtrack. Like, you actually got White Zombie and all that, but the demon comes out and he's so cool with his little red, I call it like a little mohawk thing, and John Connor had to fix everything to make it right. This movie is a mind twist. Like, you may know the ending, you may not know the ending. This is a good freaking movie. So If I could find a cover for it, that'd be cool. But as far as right now, check out Brain Scan. An everyone hated movie, but I liked it. The Blair Witch Project, the original Blair Witch Project, was the craziest. Good soundtrack, it has Typo Negative and all that in it. Good soundtrack. But this movie, everyone, I didn't think it was, but everyone thought it was real. You know, they found their footages and they played it and put it together, and it was pretty. It had this creepiness. The bad part about it, when this was in theater, I had to sit all the way in the front because it was packed, right? So if you remember the whole moving around situation, yeah, I got dizzy, and a lot of us in the front pretty much almost puked our guts out because we were dizzy as hell. But everyone thought this was real until one day, or I should say 1 year, MTV brought the 3 people back, and they're like, "Whoa, wait a minute, they're alive? I thought they were dead." Seriously? I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think like, oh, come on, people. You guys really thought this was for real? Because they thought it was a real document. Part 2 was cool. Wasn't the greatest. Like, I got out of the arc. The Blair Witch Project. And they made a toy out of the Blair Witch Project by making their own version of the witch. Yeah, you heard that right. They made it out of the... they made their own version, which we never got to see the witch until you get to this. I want to say she was in the second one. Like, they're like a glare image of her. But in October 1994, 3 students filmed, blah, blah, blah. You know the story. But if you haven't seen this already, give it a shot. The ending was pretty creepy. When they were in a tent, they hear kids, doing, like, I think it was screaming and kids moving around. That kind of got me scared because I've been in the woods and, yeah, I witnessed some crazy stuff. But a lot of people have been making fun of it. But I would say get your hands on the Blair Witch Project. Alright, we're going to do 3 more. Like I said, I want to make a long video. Check out House. I would have to say it was comedy horror. They call it action horror back then, but it was comedy horror. And it has, like, good actors in it, and if you haven't figured it out, it has people from Night Court. Oh, actually, it says right there from Carrie, First Love. You got the people from Cheers, George. I think he passed away. And then you got Richard from Night Court, and yeah. And the thing is, there's 3 of the house cover of the movie. And I noticed all 3 of those movies has people from Cheers. They're always something different, right? I love that cover. It haunts me the rest of my life, I swear it does. But it's a weird, artsy kind of movie. And as you can see the monster on top, I mean, geez, man. And yeah, like I said, this is a very old movie, rated R. So if you like the whole movie, like it gives it a little twist, it gets weird, like wait, what just happened kind of situation, but it's kind of spooky and kind of goofy at the same time. I recommend House. House is good. This is also very rare to find on VHS. And if I could open him. New Line Cinema video. Again, this is, if you have to buy anything that's rare, this is definitely one of the rare ones, just like the other ones, but I forgot to mention that, but this is definitely a rare one. And a really cool thing about it, I mean, the only little corner screw ups and all that, that's not so bad. So that was in really good detail. Nothing happened here. Anyways, Dracula. Yes, one of my favorite remake of Dracula. Got Keanu Reeves. You got Hannibal. You got the girl from Beetlejuice, and of course, the guy who plays Dracula is the King, Gary Oldman. Really right, I can never say it right. Anthony Hawkins and Keanu Reeves. There you go. See, blah 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 blah. But this was absolutely very, very good movie for a remake. Keanu Reeves was a little bit acting a bit too much, but it was really good. And Gary Oldman, man, That dude could play anything, and I still think he needs to get more love. We're rated R, so if you had to recommend a remake, sort of newish, I recommend this right here. Well, here's a funny story for you. So my friend and I bought Dracula on VHS years back, and it was used. And you see the sticker says used, right? Until I opened it up, and it was the different kind of Dracula movie. It wasn't this version, it was a different one. In a way, it kind of pissed me off, but then again, it was a rare Dracula movie. But yeah, if you haven't already, if you love the love, romance, darkness, kind of like Dracula, the remake one, this one is the ultimate favorite. Now, I found this one at a where was it? I want to say, shoot, I think it was at a flea market, or no, it was at a garage sale. There you go, garage sale. Never been open. And it's $99 at the Blockbuster price. This is The Bride of Frankenstein. If you're a huge horror fan, this has to be in your collection. It could be a different cover, because this is actually a different cover, obviously. But this has to be in a collection, no matter what. Classic monster collection. And inside, because we have one open where it actually has a little booklet in, so where you can actually order more horror collection of monsters. But this one's going to stay in this package because, I guess, I already got one open. But yeah, if I could find a different cover, that would be cool too. So there you guys have it for part one. We'll do more of these VHS collection. I got tons more, and I also got comedy and action, and of course cartoons, you know, Ninja Turtles and all that. So there you guys have it for part one of my VHS collection. Which one was your ultimate favorite one? Put it down in the comments down below. Which one was not your favorite? Put it down in the comments down below. Which one you have not seen, or maybe you forgot about that movie when you were younger and saw it in theater or whatever. Put that down in the comments down below. Share with me, and I'll share more with you later on. Push like if you like this video. I'll do more VHS and some CDs on my collection as well. I am a huge movie buff, and especially when it comes to horror movies, I'm all about it. So hopefully these movies catches your eye and your curiosity to go look them up. Yeah. What else? You know, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and push that little bell on top in the corner so you know I got something new coming in for a new review. We'll do some more toys soon and some more video, and I'm trying to do some video games pretty soon. But I've been very, very busy, so bear with me. And again, happy hunting. Enjoy these horror movies, because I promise you, you'll love them. Happy hunting, everyone. Laters.